Hi everyone, it's Jill here from Relax, Release and Reiki. I'm going to be talking in this video about creating a safe space. So when I say that, it's a place that we create in our energy, in our imagination, where we feel totally safe, relaxed and calm, completely in flow basically. It's like creating your own oasis of calm and contentment. Now the reason why this is really great to do is any time where you're feeling unable to relax, maybe you're feeling anxious, panicky, concerned, any reason why we get taken out of flow, once you've created this place, you just bring it back to mind, and it acts like a trigger for your body to say, okay, now it's time to relax. So you can use this. Obviously nobody needs to know what's going on, so you can use this in any situation, just before giving a presentation at work, before a job interview, if you find yourself out and about and then suddenly you feel a wave of panic coming over you, before it starts to really take hold, go to your safe space. It's also helpful if you're one of those people who maybe wakes up in the middle of the night and a whole rush of thoughts come in and you find yourself lying there for hours and hours unable to drift back off. If you take yourself into your safe space, again, it acts as a trigger to your body to say, okay, now it's time to relax. Everything is okay. It's safe for me to do so. So we're going to be using visualization. I am going to open to Reiki, and I'm going to set the intention that once you've created your safe space, every single time you bring it to mind, the healing power of Reiki comes with it. Not insofar as, the full power and that you're going to want to sort of drift off and go into almost like a sleep state, but just enough to calm you down, to trigger your parasympathetic nervous system that says, okay, slow everything down. So it will be a safe amount of Reiki, if you like, just enough to reset and rebalance. Okay. So, as always, I invite you to sit or lie down if you're not doing so already. Get comfortable. And always stay safe. So don't listen to this if you're driving, operating heavy machinery. And also, I always say, if you've had alcohol, caffeine or recreational drugs in the last couple of hours, I recommend coming back to this another time. Just enjoy this moment of deep relaxation, allowing your own imagination to take full flight, which is just a beautiful thing. Now, if you aren't a very visual person, perhaps you want to just be thinking more about feelings. Sometimes if you can't bring an image to mind, perhaps you can bring a smell, a sound or a feeling to mind. Just give it a go, see how you get on. And what I find is the more you do something like this, if you go, I can't get my words out. If you follow along today and you think, that wasn't great, I would encourage you just to keep going, keep listening, and you sort of trust yourself a little bit more, and you can build a bigger, more, I would say robust image. I don't know if that's quite the right word, but, trust yourself that with each time that you go through this, you can open up to it a little bit more. All right, let's get started. I've already opened up to Reiki now. I can feel myself being pulled into it, so let's just go. All right, so when you're ready, close your eyes. And let's just pause here a moment. Just notice how you're feeling at this moment. Let's take some nice deep breaths. It's hard to just go from the busyness of the day just to complete chill. So let's take a nice deep breath in and release the breath. Nice deep breath in and release. So I invite you to continue to breathe deeply if you can, if that feels comfortable. Go nice and steady, nice and slow, but at your own pace. Okay. So the Reiki energy already starting to flow. I like to picture it coming in through the crown of my head and just coursing through my whole body, filling me with its healing light and love, almost as though it's all lit up from the inside. And as the Reiki flows through you, pushing out and releasing any energy that you no longer need. And that can be all sorts of things. It can be thoughts, feelings, emotions, aches and pains, anything in your energy. Just give yourself permission to just release it and let it go. Don't get caught up in trying to identify what it is. Just trust the process. Welcoming in the Reiki and letting go of what needs to. And as we go through this Reiki session and you feel yourself releasing, you may feel bubbles of energy coming up from your chest, excuse me, bubbling up through, and then just almost breathe them out, breathe those bubbles of energy out there, releasing. I just did a yawn there. Yawn is another way that we release, so don't stifle it. Let it out. You may feel like you just want to sigh, or just like I say, that breathe it out. You may feel like you want to breathe into the space to help burst that bubble of energy, and then breathe it out. So I invite you just to notice what's going on in your energy, in your body, and just go with it. What does it feel like it wants to do? And just allow yourself to respond to that with loving kindness, with curiosity. Okay, it may be that you don't feel any of those sensations. That's just as fine. It's all good. We all respond in different ways. Okay. Our energy can become very scattered just because we're busy living life. Doesn't mean that necessarily anything bad has happened or anything negative, for want of better expression. Just busy. So that can mean that our energy is all over the place. Sometimes we can actually almost palpably feel that, and sometimes it just is, even though we may not be aware of it. So now, as every breath we take, feel as though your energy is coming back into the midline. So almost as if someone's drawn a line through the very center of you, right the way down. So with every breath, we're gathering up that scattered energy, pulling it gently back in with every breath. And that releasing that isn't serving us, just letting that go. Pull it back into the midline, into flow, rebalancing. And with your breath out, releasing a little bit more. And this is very gentle, just as straightforward as taking a breath in and out. Just that natural rhythm of our breathing. Same thing, breathing in the Reiki energy, bringing ourselves back into flow, and then out as we release. Almost as if we can hear our heart beating in and out. While all that's going on, we're able to relax deeper and deeper, allowing yourself to lean back into that feeling of relaxation, allowing your energy to feel floaty and light. So while we are bringing your energy back into the midline, sometimes it can feel as though we want to gently float to the left and then to the right, very gently, swaying, releasing any resistance, just floating, going with the flow. And similarly, allowing our thoughts to do the same. So if we just bring our attention for a moment to our third eye chakra, which is the space above the bridge of our nose, in between our eyebrows. And almost as if you're looking on from the inside out. It may be that you just see nothing, which is fine. Still imagining that you're in that space, but not expecting to see anything. And imagine that there is a small space just there in that center. And then a thought comes in and wants to come into that space, but we gently sweep it to the right, and then it drifts off. The next thought comes in, and we gently sweep that to the left, and then the next thought we sweep to either side, and that space in the center can grow bigger and bigger, slowing our thoughts down, increasing our intuition, opening our third eye chakra. So we're tapping into our innate wisdom, allowing that energetic space to grow a little bit more and a little bit more as our thoughts slow down. Our energy slows down as we relax more and more. And so now I invite you to imagine a place where it feels safe to be. It could be absolutely anywhere. Somewhere you've been before, somewhere you've seen on TV or in a magazine, or somewhere your imagination just wants to take you. It can be out in nature, by a stream, in the mountains. It could be just snuggled up in front of a fire under a blanket. You bring the scene to mind. It's your safe space. find somewhere to sit or lie down in this space that you've created. And smile. Smile to yourself. You feel happy. You feel safe. You feel secure. And a lovely feeling of calm and contentment. Really feel as though you're in this space now, letting go of where you physically are and just stepping forward energetically into this space that you have created and that no one else can come into. It is 100% yours. You can step outside of it at any time you want to, but just for now, feeling cocooned in an oasis of calm and contentment. So let's bring the scene to life. Just notice what you can see around you. Have a look around. And what can you see on your left side? Straight ahead. What's on the right side of you? Where are you sitting? Are you in a chair? Lying on a blanket? Where are you? And what can you feel on your body, on your face? Is it warm? Is there a breeze? Are you snuggled under a blanket? Maybe it's raining on you. What can you smell? Perhaps it's the smell of your favourite food in the background, or the scent of flowers, or the sweet smell of grass, salty air, logs burning, your favourite perfume or aftershave. Fill your nostrils with that scent. And what can you hear? Maybe it's silence. The rustle of a breeze. Cars going by outside the window, birds singing, or the distant chatter of children. The lap of waves against the shore. And in this moment, feeling so deeply, deeply calm and relax. Notice how you're feeling. Breathe in this feeling. Really lean into it. Just for this moment, you are actually here in this scene, feeling, smelling, hearing, seeing all of the things you've created. It is a safe space where you instantly feel calm and relaxed, happy and content. Where just in this space, nothing else matters. Enjoy this feeling. Smile to yourself. Okay, just before we come out from this space, just stay with me. Take another look around. Feel all those sensations. And then imagine you're taking a photograph of this image and stamping it on the back of your forehead, the space we were at the beginning of this session. Take that photograph and then look at it as if you're looking at a photo on a phone or something. And it feels so real. And so anytime you need to, you can look at that photograph and take yourself back there. So we ask our energy to remember this scene and to help us come back into flow, back into calm and contented any time that we look at this photograph. Stay nice and relaxed. Okay, so start to notice your physical body now, where you may be sit or lying. Open your eyes, have a stretch, a wriggle. Okay. Now, I would say that this is something that almost seems too easy to actually be effective, but the more you do it, the more you'll be able to get back into that state of deep calm and relaxation. Our minds love repetition, okay, and they're always trying to do what we want them to. Unfortunately, sometimes we give them the wrong message. So by continuing to bring up that photograph, getting into that state, the more you do it, the quicker your mind and your whole body will respond. Through repetition, it creates a neural pathway in your brain, which then triggers a whole series of events in terms of your physiology, your physical state, etc. So if it trust the process and just keep going with it, just keep bringing that photograph to mind. practice, actually. I know it sounds a bit strange, but just keep practicing bringing this to mind, and then your body will respond, your mind will respond. Don't just give up, okay? Just trust that this is working. All right, so it just leaves me to wish you lots of love and happiness.